So, crit rate ascension, base attack seems fairly high. Wait. Is this actually every second? Yes? What? What do you mean 200? What do you mean 200? What? And it applies cryo every other hit too? Oh man. Okay, my first thought looking at this is this number's pretty fucking high. This is a high fucking number. My second thought is I wonder if she snapshots. Probably not. But like, you guys need to understand how big that number is, okay? Shiling Burst, alright, is 238 on each hit, and it hits like 12 times. This is 204. Oh, actually, 216 at equal talent level, right? And it's 21 times. And the cooldown is 15 seconds. Like, it'll hit less times if you reuse it as soon as it's available. But that means that she can function in rotations that are less than 20 seconds. 12 is lowballing, right? Up to 20 as well. Yeah, but no. Like, it's a little sus sometimes. But anyways. Well, that's on skill, so you don't need to build any ER for this damage to happen. How big is her burst? At level 9, it's 1,000 motion value, which is pretty solid. Healing is honestly good enough. Yeah, this is a full heal, pretty much. It might not be a full heal for HP scalers, I guess. But then this makes up for it. Dude, okay, this is not a good sign. This character is not looking balanced at all. Check her passive. Yeah, I mean, I already knew about the passive. This personal damage is just not okay. Like, this personal damage is good enough that she will not only be played in cryo in freeze teams. Like, you will play her just for cryo application in teams that care about that because she does damage. Like, she's probably a lot better than Rosaria and like double cryo with Citlali for melt teams. And it's still a bit of res shred, that's true, but it's only res shred to cryo and hydro, so that doesn't matter that much. It's like if they made immediate damage not tied to burning and also gave her deep healing and also gave her res shred, yeah, pretty much. She's probably gonna be incredibly powerful in Rev Melt Quick Swap. Let's do some quick math on her. Damage percent, EM multiplier, crit value, crit multiplier, effective attack, melt, effective attack, motion value, melt, motion value, damage. Oh, what does her... Right, we already know what her sig does, right? Well, I kind of like how this looks. What weapon should we look at for now? I guess just Torch, probably. 347 plus 565. Okay. We'll take a look at the Neuvillette team with Farina Citlali. We'll take a look at just your average double cryo melt team with a pyro carry, like Mavuika, I guess. And we'll take a look at Rev Melt. Right. Attack percent. I mean, we get 46.6 from Sands. We get 40 from Torch. Let's say 20 from substats. Don't think we get anything else, right? Probably go Golden Troop, so no more attack percent. We didn't even include Ayaka. Ayaka's gonna be pretty similar to Neuvillette. I'm not looking at team DPS, I'm just looking at how her personal damage looks right now. So her damage is gonna be pretty much the same in both of those teams. Torch has shit uptime. I guess that's true. I guess that is true, actually. That's a good point. Torch uptime won't be that great. So I guess we look at Deathmatch instead, for now. We can look at craftables later, no problem. Prospector's Drill is insane. I mean, that makes sense, but it's a fucking gotcha weapon. So, yeah. Anyways. Damage percent. Actually, this might be a team where you go attack Goblet. Please do ER requirements. I'm pretty sure she's a Fav slave. I don't think so. 60 burst cost in a team where you're probably always playing 2 cryo units. In the Neuvillette team, you can also battery Citlali's particles into her. You burst Eon Citlali instead of E-burst. Your ER requirements are going to be fucking nothing, man. Right? Because you go sack Citlali in that team. Like, you fucking feed her 14 cryo particles. She doesn't have ER requirements. I did TTDS. Yeah, I guess you could do TTDS as well. That's fair. I wonder which one of the two is better. But Fav helps the rest of your team's ER requirements too, so... Oh well. But yeah, TTDS won't have good uptime, so if she doesn't snapshot, it won't be that good. Alright, so damage percent. For now, we look at damage percent Goblet, but... honestly, it might be... It might be attack percent. 50% is good enough. I mean, it's basically 24% attack. Is that better than the Fav particles? Or the sack particles? I don't know. Maybe. I'll have to do some calcs on that. Anyways, we have Golden Troop. Why solo on Fanfare? Because her skill lasts longer than Farina's burst. So there's going to be some time for her skill where you're not buffed by Farina. It might be a bit more than 220. It might still be higher if you go. But it's just the way I see it. Probably go like Neuvillette E, Farina E, Citlali. No. I guess you do the Farina Q there, but that's kind of not ideal. It might be a Neuvillette E, Farina E, Escoffier EQ. No. Escoffier E, Citlali EQ, Farina Q, Escoffier Q, and then Neuvillette. That's a little sus. I think 220 is fine. This is an attack all at angle. That's what I was thinking, but I'll look at it for both. Anyways, we also get Cinder City. I don't think she has any self damage percent buffs. We have artifact set. We have main stats. We have Farina buff. We have Cinder City, and that's it. Yeah. For now, we don't have EM. Crit value. Farina on TOM, yeah, but yeah. Well, no, not in this team. Farina's on Golden Troop in this team for sure. This is a team that has good Farina personal damage. You definitely want Farina on Golden Troop. Anyways, crit value 98.4 plus 62.2 plus 20 times 6.6 plus cryo resonance plus 36.8 from deathmatch times 2. The only problem is this is a lot of crit rate. 40. We're starting at 76, which is a little rough. But 76 isn't so high that it will necessarily lead to bad stuff. And because this is a team where you run very few attack buffs, attack is probably still a very powerful substat, not far below crit. So this is fine. Effective attack, melt. Total attack times 1 plus damage percent times EM multiplier times crit multiplier. Non-melt, we just remove the EM multiplier. Motion value melt here is 0. Motion value here is... in this team, you get all 21 hits for sure. So 85.7 plus 204% times 21 plus 57.1. Technically, there's the burst too. And you don't get the Golden Troop damage percent on that, but I kind of don't give a shit. I guess I'll just make it so that instead of 1,000, I give it like fucking, I don't know, 800. I shouldn't. I shouldn't. I'll do the smart thing. Man. Damage percent E, damage percent Q. Lose the 70. Lose most of the Farina fanfare. Because you haven't healed yet. Maybe like 50 fanfare. Maybe like 70. Effective attack, melt, E, effective attack, E. Effective attack, melt, Q. Effective attack, Q. She's single target, seems like. Is she? Okay. I think that's actually good. Thanks for sending me that. I'll look at the animations. Okay, her normal attack animations actually look kind of sick. Okay, it does seem very single target, yeah. Her burst animation seems somewhat long. Not that long. It's like 1.5 seconds. This is just going to be the same thing as this, but instead of 6, it's going to be 7. And this we just remove 9. Okay. Am I an idiot? I am. Okay, that's fine. Alright, motion value melt E, motion value E, motion value melt Q, motion value Q. Q motion value is 1007.8. Times 190 divided by 390. Actually, wait. Res multiplier. 10 minus 55 minus 20. Times 21. DPS. A little bit over 20k DPS. Why 20? Oh, am I an idiot? Yeah, I am an idiot. Citlali doesn't tread cryo. Oopsie. So, still a little bit over 20k. We can also take a look at attack goblet. See if it's better. Seems pretty much the same. Ever so slightly better with this amount of attack substats, but pretty much the same. I'll keep her on damage for now. Doesn't really matter that much. Okay. Now let's take a look at what happens in a team where she's not melting, but she is not used with her passive maxed out. So for this one, the fact that she's a melee character means that with C6 Bennett, you'll be able to melt her stuff without yoinking Cinder City from Citlali. Like, at least the burst, I mean. Which is nice. Anyways, plus 25% from Pyro Resonance, plus 20% from Noblesse. Yeah. I'm an idiot. Total attack E. Total attack Q. Motion value. Or effective attack melt Q. There's gonna be total attack down by 1. Yup. Yup. Okay. So we have that buff. I think that's the only... I'll assume it's there for now, but meh. This might be a team where you don't go Golden Troop. Because her burst is melting here. So you get about 80 in substats. How about Tenacity? You could, but it's not ideal. One nice aspect... Actually, no. Yeah, I don't know. Song? Probably not. Her personal damage is good, so you probably want to use a personal damage artifact set. But I guess there isn't a good one, so it might still be Golden Troop just because nothing else is great. Right? Unless I'm forgetting about something. You won't be able to use Reverie. Finale of the Deep Galleries won't be good enough. Yeah, there's nothing good. Tenacity might just be the best one, but it's, it don't feel good, that's for sure. EM Sands and Melt Team, not in this one, because you're only melting your burst. You're not melting any of your skill stuff, because you're melting Mavuika. Alright. I don't have Cryo Resonance anymore. Well, I still have Cryo Resonance, but it's not... We're not hitting enemies affected by Cryo most of the time. So it doesn't matter. Everything else stays the same. Now, motion value melt Q is now this minus 1.5. This is now 0. We now have one less hit of this. No, actually. This hit is now gone. And it's 85.7 times 1.5. And the resistance here is only minus 10%, right? That's not real, though. There's still one problem, which is we don't actually get 21 hits in this team. Because the rotation isn't long enough for you to get all of them. You get 18. Still. That's not bad. How much does her damage go down? True. Man, indeed. How much does her damage go down if we ditch the burst? Decent amount. Burst is hitting for like 130k. Interesting. And what if we use TOM instead of Golden Troop? We lose 3k DPS on her if you use TOM. But you probably gain more than 3k DPS from Mavuika. So it's probably TOM optimal. Damn. Damn. I'll look at Shenhe later, don't worry. Alright. And then we want to look at a Rev Melt team where you're doing a quick swap Rev Melt team and on-fielding her a decent amount. So we'll look at Bennett, Cherling, Escoffier, Rosaria? Or is Seed Lolly just better? Seed Lolly might just be better. Premium 16-18 is crazy, I know. Emilie? Emilie does mean we're losing a stack of this, but it's only 5% shred, I guess, so it's not that bad. I'm a Cobra, but can her plus Seed Lolly's Cryo App be enough for Hu Tao double Cryo? No. No, it won't be. Is she a good support for Erla? Yeah. Yeah, she is. Erla's best team is likely going to be Escoffier, Farina, Elon, I guess. But that's just a wheelchair team. It's not like... She's good for Erla because she's an actual good unit that has enough personal damage to wheelchair Erla. On top of being a healer to enable Farina. Doesn't Erla need Electro for Fizz? Who cares? It does not matter. Although, Shenhe might be better than Yelan in that team. There is a chance. Like, that is actually a possibility. Because Shenhe does shred physical as well. I'll have to do the calcs for that. And that has built-in shred, sure, but you still like more shred. Mavuika might be better too, no. Well, yes, but that's okay, sure. Yes, and his best team is Bennett, Mavuika, Sitlali, like we know. Okay, move on. We get it. Anyways. But yeah, because none of the electro units are that well suited to physical teams. None of them is like actively designed for it. And because there's a lot of units that are designed around freeze and stuff like that, Escoffier effectively giving you a reason not to run electro units is actually really good for Ella. If I get her instead of Shiloden, I have Kazahan, we'll be getting Skirk. I don't know. Most likely, Skirk is gonna come in the patch after her. So we will get, and if that's the case, we will get Skirk leaks before Escoffier's banner is over. So assuming that's the case, you can ask then. I'll be able to give you a better answer. Is the best new crowd DPS team Escoffier, Farina, Shenhe? I don't know. Probably. Escoffier, Farina, Shenhe, Yulon is probably better than trying to use Ayaka. But it's going to be worse than using Neuvillette, but at that point, it's not a cryo DPS team. But if you're doing Escoffier on field, you can pretend like she's carrying. At least. Anyways. Flat attack here. We're just going to have the Bennett buff all the time. For this. And then I guess you don't have full uptime on the buff here. I guess this is more like 750, sure. And then this has it. Damage percent E in these teams. Is it the same as in Mavuika teams? Yeah, pretty much. Should we look at Sitlali or Shenhe for this? I'm not sure. Sitlali's probably better. But Shenhe is more personal damage on her, so I guess we can take a look at Shenhe. Yeah, let's look at Shenhe. That means we need to add Quill stuff. So yeah, we'll add it later, whatever. Quill, E-attack, melt. Quill, E-attack. Quill, MV, melt. Quill, MV. For now, this is just going to be 0. And then this, we go to 18. This to 24. Yeah. Alright, if we're doing Shenhe, we get a little bit more damage percent. Alright, we get do we get full uptime on it? Do we get full uptime? Yes. And no. We get full uptime on this, but not on this. So let's say it's like 23 average from Shenhe. The Q, on the other hand, is activated, or you use it when you're buffed. I guess this is a team where you don't really care that much about doing your normal attacks. So you could pick up the pepper without much of a problem. 10%. And it'll have about 50% uptime. EM, for now, still 80, but we'll take a look at EM sends as well, because it might be better. Crit value, same as this. Yeah. And yeah. However, we now have Quills. Quills, effective attack, melt. Please remove Cinder City. You are right. Thank you. Quill, effective attack, melt is going to be same as this, but with Shenhe's attack instead. Shenhe's attack is going to be This is probably a team where you can get away with triple attack, even on Fav. On Shenhe. Why remove cryo resonance? Because if you're doing a rev melt team, it means you're triggering reverse melt. Your cryo characters are melting, which means they're hitting enemies with pyro auras. So the resonance doesn't do anything. Anyways, then 28.8 Ascension, about 30 from substats, 25 from resonance, 20 from noblesse. I think she goes on noblesse and Bennett goes on instructor in a team like this. Seems like the play, yeah. Let's do 3,300 attack. And then on a non-melt, we just remove this. Okay. Now, motion value melt E is now increased significantly. You're doing a 20-second rotation, so you get 20 hits total. 10 of this. $85. This team will not melt the initial hit. And then, is it 204? So 204% times 10 times 1.5. Yup. Let's go VICD. Is it just every other hit? That's what I'd heard. Yeah, okay. Resistance. Minus 10% and then minus 15 from Shenhe. And finally, quills. We'll get 10 quills. Each is 77.6. Half of them are melted. So her personal damage in this team is pretty high, actually. What the fuck? But that's pretty good. What if we go EM Sense? Is it really that big of a difference? Or did I fuck something up somewhere? I fucked something up somewhere. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. EM Sense makes sense. It did not make sense. I applied Bennett buff twice. This makes a lot more sense. Still, this is pretty fucking good. Now, the problem with this one is that Shenhe doesn't get that much damage, right? Shenhe gets pretty solid damage, but no reactions. So it's not like that good, but it is good. What team is this? Revmel Quick Swap. Although I guess it's not really Quick Swap, because you spend most of your time on her, but oh well. Is that team DPS? No, that's personal DPS. You give instructor? I didn't. I suppose I should. But the problem is that we don't have good instructor uptime. About half of your melted damage gets instructored. Sure. Alright, now we can take a look at Ayaka Shenhe. So. In this one, what happens? We've got... Yeah. That stays the same. Total attack, yeah. Damage percent. We still have Farina. It's still like this. But now we also have... Or, sorry, we don't have Cinder City anymore. But we get Shenhe. Higher Farina stacks now, since it's a shorter rotation? Not really. The shorter rotation doesn't really matter here. Because in the Neuvillette team, I was assuming that you only E once. So even if it's 26-second rotations, there's still only 20 seconds of damage happening. And this is a 20-second rotation. The rotation isn't shorter than your E duration, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. It only changes something in teams that have rotations that are shorter than 20 seconds, which this team doesn't. Anyways, yeah, so I added Shenhe. That's it. Damage percent Q. We also have to add Shenhe. And remove Cinder City. Although in this team you could go Blizzard Sprayer, and Blizzard Sprayer is probably better when you're against freezable enemies, but a lot worse when enemies aren't freezable, so I don't know if you actually want to use it. Crit value, same as the Neuvillette team. Yeah, that makes sense. Crit multiplier. Okay, effective attack. The formulas don't change. Quill. We actually do get 10 quills here. Effective attack is gonna be a bit lower in these teams because you don't have power resonance. You know, you do still have noblesse. Let's say 3,000. Motion value E is fine. Motion value Q is fine. Quill motion value we have to add. It's, we said 77.6 times 10. Resistance 55 and 15. For personal DPS in these teams is at north of 32k. We're gonna go TOM Farina in a team like this. And I also forgot Noblesse that you put on Shenhe, which also increases Shenhe's attack for the Quill. These teams might reach 100k. The only problem is that Escoffier is gonna make Ayaka feel like child. She's gonna get wheelchaired so hard. Like, it's not like her damage is not significant in the team, but you get so much damage from your off-fielders that is just like, yeah. Man, these multipliers are just too good, man. I very much expect a nerf. It's like half the team's damage is personal damage? Yeah, I know. Sophia Chaska Bennett something? That one's interesting, actually. Yeah, that's gonna be great, actually. That is going to be great, yeah. Also, actual freeze Chaska teams with Escoffier, Sitlali, Farina will be pretty good too. Right now, you can't really play Chaska teams without Bennett because there's no healer that works well in her teams other than Bennett, but Escoffier will work well in her teams. Vivi Chaska? Yeah, probably. Listen, Vivi Chaska is Chaska's default state, okay? Like, assuming you actually get your swirl, your personal damage on Chaska with Vivi is not that much worse than with Codex. But it significantly boosts the rest of your team's damage. Yes, it is. No, it's not. As it turns out, Shred is pretty good. And more importantly, crit Ascension Natlin units where they're good non-signature weapons or crit rate weapons aware. Me trying not to overcap crit on Chaska with Codex. I do more damage on my VV set than I do on my Obsidian because I'm too overcapped on Obsidian. I'm at like 115 crit rate. That's a non-sig issue? Yeah, it is. I know, but still. Man, this Escoffier character looks not balanced at all. It's so cooked. Classic Natlan, but she's not even a Natlan character. She's just a 2025 character. You do a summary of her kit and damage. She's a healer with a skill that is basically Farina's skill that doesn't consume HP. The worth to run attack percent goblet over cryo goblet just for the healing. In some teams it will be. In some teams it won't be. As a general rule, if you're playing Shenhe, I don't think it's worth it, but if you're not and you're playing a freeze team, it is. Attack goblet is actually more damage in the Neuvillette team compared to damage goblet by like 0.5%. And it's more healing, so obviously it's very good. You good for Wriothesley? Yup. This Ayaka Shenhe thing is going to be the exact same thing for Wriothesley Shenhe, by the way.